Hey guys, we got something different today, something we haven't done before, but I have been hinting at and such. Today we're doing redstone, and I've got a particular redstone mechanism that is the product of me thinking and having a lot of time to think whilst lifeguarding and such. Because you have a lot of downtime where you have time to think and stuff during between shifts, and when there's no people at the pool, and you have a lot of time just sitting there doing whatever. So this is what I was this is what came out of me thinking for a long time. I actually kind of planned this out in my head, and then came home, did it, and worked on stuff that I hadn't necessarily. I experimented a little bit, and here it is. It's a wave spawn mechanism, and so I'll show you the innards of it, but for now we got three things we can do. We can go to the next wave, start the wave, and reset. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and click next wave. So there you go. And now it is wave 1. The reason it took a little while is because I'll show you later, but I set it up so that it has that little time between next wave and then actually telling you that it's wave 1. That way it gives the redstone time to actually work, and so you're not just clicking next wave and clicking start wave really fast. It actually, you have to wait till it says wave 1, and then you click start wave, and I'll show you what happens. Buddy, where you going? Anyway, it is just spawned 5 zombies based on these dispensers, and that's what the wave spawn mechanism does. By the way, I love what they did with this previous update, where when you're using a sword in creative mode, you don't break any blocks. You can't break blocks, which is awesome, because I've had so much trouble because of that. As you see there at the score, the sidebar, it says I have 3, and then wave is 1. So basically what I did is I created a false person, basically, named Wave, and that way it can tally up the waves. But other than that, the numbers will tell you how many kills you have, and basically that's your score. But now that I've shown you this, I'm going to go and hit next wave again, and then start the wave, and we'll see what happens. So we're back in the control room. I'm going to hit next wave. The wave has just been changed to 2. I hit start wave, and let's see what happens. As you can tell, well, you should be able to tell, there are now twice as many zombies as the last wave, which is pretty cool. So loud. Kill them all. Kill them all. Alright. Continue. There we go. Alright. So now that I've just shown you what it does, and by the way, if you click next wave again, it will continue on, and it will go on to the third wave, and the third wave will have 3 times as many zombies. So, or not, no, it won't have 3 times as many zombies, it'll have 15. It's just, you take the number of dispensers and multiply it by the wave numbers, how many zombies are going to be spawned in that wave. So let me show you now how it works. Now this took me a long time to do, and of course I was experimenting. I was still trying to figure out how I was going to do it, and I had to backtrack and destroy a bunch of stuff because it didn't fit and all that. So what I'm going to do is here we can manually do the start wave function. As you can see, the start wave right here. See the start. Oh, by the way, this is a little daylight sensor thing I've made real quickly that sets the time to day whenever it becomes too dark. So another mechanism. Anyway, this start wave thing goes through here, but we're going to need to see what happens out here, so we're going to activate it using this. Now we're going to want to try out that reset button, because the reset button will reset everything. And now let me show you how everything works. So first of all, it's kind of confusing, but here is where the stuff happens. this is where there we go. This is the next wave thing, as you can very easily see. Let's do that. There we go. Alright, so this is the next wave button, and what happens when I push this button is, let me show you, and then I'll explain. So, now that you've seen it for yourself, let me reset and show you exactly what just happened. Alright, so first things first, I click the button, and it travels through the redstone, through here, and through here. So right now, this is locked. This redstone repeater, because it's got power going into it from the side, it's locked off. And so no redstone signal is going to get sent through here onto this whole part of it. But what does happen is it sends a signal through here, which has delayed things. Let me see, delayed things. Yeah, it's delayed by 4, the redstone repeaters are. And this is what activates this, which does the adds the wave number up so that, you know, it tells you what wave you're on. It just adds basically it adds a total kill count to the person who doesn't exist named Wave. It basically adds 1 kill to their score so that it says whatever wave 1, wave 2. That's basically how I got around to putting the wave and the kills on the same sidebar, because there's only a limited amount of slots you can actually use objectives and scoreboard stuff for. So I wanted people to be able to see the wave and their amount of kills. So anyway, that goes through there. But the main thing, and this whole thing is repeated, by the way, whenever you click the start wave, because we should probably talk about that first. It activates this. It's very simple. The start wave is simple. It activates, and there's no block here, so what's going to happen is nothing's going to happen at all. That's what's going to happen. Nothing. Because there's no block for this signal to get passed through. However, this is where the next wave comes in. When I hit next wave, the signal is going to go into these 3 repeaters, as well as, of course, this repeater. But these 3 repeaters, it's not going to be able to go through this repeater because it's locked, but it will go through this repeater. And what that does is it goes in, and this whole portion of it, including this block, becomes a never-ending signal, and it just stays on. It turns this repeater, it turns this so the piston extends and puts the block here. And because it's a never-ending cycle, it stays fully powered all the time, and this block stays there basically like that. What happens over here is at the same time that's going on, this is going on. It passes through 4 delayed redstone repeaters and goes into here. This does multiple things. First off, it goes into a never-ending cycle, which keeps it fully powered. It'll stay on as long as that block is there. And then what happens is it also goes into here and turns off the redstone torch because it applies power to this block, blah blah blah. The torch goes off, which means that this redstone repeater is off. And because this creates a never-ending cycle, then this stays off, and that means that this stays unlocked, because once the power is off the redstone torch, the power is no longer going through the repeater, and it unlocks this. So I'll show you how that works. Right now you can see it again. And now let me explain even more about this. Now this is here, first off, and so we can click the start wave, and it will trigger through here and activate every one of these spawners, which is really quite annoying with how many zombies there can be. So let's let them burn. But what happens? Zombie, just go away. Anyway, what happens is it sets and spawns a zombie. Okay. Can you kill zombies, please, so I can continue this? Huh. Anyway, what happens is, as you saw, it went through here because there's a block there now all of this was able to spawn in the zombies, and it spawned in one from each, so that's 5 zombies, 1 per repeater, or dispenser, not repeater. So what's happened also, it travels through this block and comes through here to activate a signal, basically to activate one wave spawn, but it also goes through here, and it stops here because there's no block. So that was wave 1. Now this is where the big thing is. This is where what makes it work like a very special thing. It doesn't just spawn in the same number every time. It actually increases. Every wave has more zombies / enemies / whatever you want in using this wave spawn mechanism. I'm just going to be using zombies. But as you notice, this is staying lit because the power is going and being repeated in a circle forever. So this right here is gonna stay unlocked, which means that when I click next wave, the signal now will just go through here and add the next wave. It won't affect this because this is already never ending and the piston stays like that. It won't affect this because this is never ending, and it will just keep this unlocked anyway. So that doesn't happen. All that matters is that it goes through here now because it's unlocked. So what it does once again is go through here, never-ending cycle, unlock the unlock this redstone repeater via the redstone torch, and make this piston push out and keep it pushed out using the never-ending cycle, and then it will, after it's all done, unlock to the next thing. Basically, because of the delays in these, it's first goes in here and it activates the block, and then once this signal's done, then it unlocks this because it's delayed. So you'll see it go here, unlock that, and then once this is no longer, this strip of redstone is no longer powered, then it unlocks this. That way it doesn't, go in here and then keep going forever. It's actually, you have to click the button again if you want it to travel through the repeater, which is now unlocked. I'm hoping I'm not making it sound too complicated. I hope you can actually understand this. But anyway, it repeats the same thing. So this is locked. So when we activate the signal, it's just going to go through here and do the same thing and then unlock this. And so the next time, this will be unlocked and it'll be able to go through. Now, finally, to show you this, let me click next wave. That happened. This unlocked, and then it says wave 2, so you can now click start wave. Now that this block is there, it'll go the signal when we click the start wave will go in here, go through here, activate all of these spawners, thus spawning 5 zombies, but it also go through here and here because this is delayed by 3 by 4, and this is delayed 1 by 4. Basically, the delay is going to make it take longer for it to get through here, so that by the time this is done spawning all 5 zombies, all of this is no longer powered, and then this comes in and powers it. So basically, it powers it twice, making each dispenser spawn 2 zombies. It spawns whatever is inside it twice. So we can test that. There's zombies. Now we'll test it in just a minute when I do the third one. So you can imagine when I click next wave, what's going to happen. I click next wave, and now this piston is extended, and then this is unlocked. This right here is a command just saying that you win, so that because in this test of this wave spawn mechanism, you can actually extend it basically infinitely. You just gotta add this whole slice and then continue to make these longer and longer by 2 by 4 redstone delays, and it will continue to increase the amount of things spawned, whether it be zombies or whatever, and our little system is going to pretty soon here turn it back to day. There you go. But so you could, instead of this command block, you could have another layer of mechanism in order to make it go to wave 4 or wave 5 or wave 6. You continue on infinitely as long as you have enough layers for it. But I, just for this test, put you in so that whenever we click, once we've finally done wave 3 and we click next wave, we're happily surprised by the fact that there's no longer any zombies and we win. Of course it would spawn 15 zombies. No it wouldn't. I'd have to click, never mind, I'm getting myself confused now. It would just say you win because you have to click start wave for it to spawn any zombies, so we can click next wave and all it would do is just add the wave even though there's no more waves. So that being said, now let me show you the reset function. Now the reset function does multiple things, and it took me a while to figure out how to do this because in order to reset it to be able to play again, not only would you have to reset this, because I'm using command blocks to reset the score of the wave and any player's kill count. Basically it resets all the score so that you can play again on a blank score. And but I needed it to be able to retract these pistons as well as relock these things, basically to make it so that nothing's powered just like before. So what it does is I added these pistons here and then put redstone torches here, and you'll notice whenever I click reset, if I can get to reset, that they all retract and then push back down. Well, when they retract, there's no way for this there's no what do I say? There's no way for it to continue in a never-ending cycle like this because the power just has no way to go. It basically it breaks the cycle, breaks the loop, so that it depowers all of these. And by depowering all of these, the redstone torch turns back on, which turns this back on and locks this back in the off position, basically resetting the entire next wave mechanism thing. But not only that, it also stops this never-ending cycle, which means that these pistons are no longer powered, which retracts them back, so that basically everything is reset. And the way that it does this is it just goes through here, sends a signal, comes through these paths, turns off the torches, which makes them retract because they no longer have power going to them, and it just one little button signal goes in so they retract, and then once the power is done going through, then the torches turn back on and they push back down. So it's a really quick just reset, does everything. So yeah, that was my wave spawn mechanism. I did this completely by myself. I did look online for some help, but I didn't find anything. All I found was some ideas and such, but that was it. I didn't find anything else. So this is my brainchild basically. I'm sure it's been done before in a different way and probably a better way, but this was my project and I did it. So it's actually going to be implemented into something that I can't tell you about at this moment, but it is going to be really cool, and I'm hoping to release more information as I get closer to finishing it. It is a pretty big project, and I've been working on it since like February. Yeah, since February. I kind of took a break because of this wave spawn mechanism. I was trying to figure out a way to do it, and now that I figured out a way to do it, I'm going to be able to start working on that project again, and hopefully it will be done, and not only done, but it will be downloadable. So hint hint, something's coming, possibly. I won't promise you that it's going to be done. I can't promise you that, but I will promise you that I will try very hard to get it done, because I really would like to see it work. So this is my wave spawn mechanism, and I'll see you in the next video.